All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are coming to you live yet again for our second game of the night, and this one is going to be a banger. I understand, everyone. It is incredibly late, but I welcome you all again to INS versus HBC, and yet again, I am joined by the amazing 80 carry, Dilly. Dilly, how's it going for our second match? I know you are probably tired as heck. Oh, is Dilly here?
I am here. I was muted by accident.
Oh, there you go. It happens.
Uh,
It's a late game. It's a late game.
uh yep. But I'm feeling good, feeling wide awake, ready to see this game play out, see how it goes. We got two Jin Souls in the bot lane, so that's interesting on the side of HBC.
Right, we have Jin Sol and Jin Soy. I say Jin Soy because that actually is an I. That's a capital I there for the support player of HBC. An interesting story about this game. Well, there's actually two right now. Jin Sol is actually the coach of HBC. That is Soul, Soul, and that is the real Jin Sol, straight out of Luna. BlackBerry Creative is in need of money, so they're looking to win KDL and looking to fund Luna somehow. And INS actually coming in with an emergency sub. No team so far in the season has actually used the emergency sub, so this would be a first, but potentially could be a game changer because, as much as the synergy has been built up with their natural support and their normal support, their team captain, So Majestic, they might actually kind of get reinvigorated with this sudden change of supports here. New playstyle means new possibilities and new potential and overall new strategies to beat out, some of the veterans, some of the Hall of Fame players, so to speak, on the side of HBC.
There's definitely the opportunity for that. Like you said, though, these Hall of Fame players on the side of HBC, particularly Tyler Jin
I
Soul,
think, yeah, Tyler.
he he uh he's been known to 1v9 games. He's done it to me before, so it's a tall task to take him down, but it's definitely not impossible.
Right, I mean, there are things that are able to be done here. Just give me a second here.
All right. Looking at the draft, though, we're gonna get a B1 Caitlyn. Caitlyn has a lot of prio right now, like in the LPL when Demacia Cup was going on. Caitlyn, Jinx, those are the two highest prio ADCs over there. And then we're gonna see that answered with an Ezreal. It's one of Rose's signatures. Rose feels very comfortable on the Ezreal. He always does pretty well on it. We're gonna see a Rel for Fed. That's what we're gonna call him, Fed.
I wish we
Um,
could comment more on the picks of Fed, obviously, but we have no
yeah, I have no
idea. We
idea.
have
I have
no
no idea.
idea. This is a first for us. So, as much as it seems like, a lot is going on here, I can say that we have no idea what is going on for the side of INS. But that is a very angry Alistar, and we have seen Jin Sol win a KDL championship because of that Alistar before. I doubt that they're going to roll swap having Jin Soy go AD, Jin Sol go support, but that is a potential. Caitlyn and Alistar, not really a combo that you typically see, but the Alistar more or less is just there just to knock away Rel when she does try to engage. And Lee Sin,
Exactly.
very aggressive pick from Matt. Matt, a previous member of INS, getting his revenge for last season. Interestingly enough, he played Lee Sin and Xin Zhao, two of the most prominent champions in his champ pool, at least at that time. And it doesn't seem like he wants to, pick anything else here and coming into this game. He really wants to just stick to what he's known for, what he's pretty much good at, and that will be that Lee Sin, looking for those game-winning or game-changing insects.
Definitely, and like you said, it's one of his more proficient champions. And we see the Diana on the side of INS. That's most certainly going to be a jungle Diana. I believe Count plays that, as well as it just got buffed on the recent patch. The 250% damage to jungle monsters back up to 300%. Very nice. Then we're going to see a Jax ban in the second round here on the side of INS, targeting the top laner, Ariam Rain here. We're going to get a Camille ban, though target towards Kieran Trizzy. Trizzy plays Camille pretty well from what we've seen in scrims and just in solo queue. It's one of his better champions, and nobody really likes playing against Camille.
No, And I'm really, or sorry, I'm not really surprised that they banned out Trizzy's Camille. I was actually talking with, God Gamer himself, Exoria, the top lane menace, and he was talking about Trizzy's, champ pool, and he was saying, why on earth is this guy asking questions from me? Because this guy has an 80% win rate on Camille. Like, this guy seems correct when it comes to the stats. And, as a result of that 80% win rate, you immediately need to take that away from the hands of Kieran. I am interested to see Kaunupa's Diana. We have not seen that before. We previously saw him on, Heckram. It didn't go quite the way that they wanted. A lot of fans in chat, but not a lot of momentum going into that game or even, executing that game. Zed, Brandon Butter taken off of the map for obviously Godslayer Zed, but they do get the Vex instead. Nice little roundabout for damage so far. I think that towards top side, they're probably going to be looking for something AD. Could be looking at a Jace, could be looking at a GP, Jax. I know that they like to play a lot of bruisers towards top side, so that could be a point of emphasis for them.
Jax is banned, so I'm definitely thinking it's going to be a Jace, as long as it's not a terrible counter matchup for them. Interested to see what Aria Marine's going to pick here. I've only ever really seen him play Malphite and Kennen, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's a Kennen angle. Oh, they might be throwing him on the GP.
Yeah, I mean, if you leave GP open here for Trizzy, I think that I think INS immediately picks up the GP. I would not be surprised. I've never seen Aram's top lane. When he did play, he played in Season 4. He was very, very good. And that is going to be a Gravetop. So that is very, very aggressive top side. They have a lot of damage. And the engage kind of looks lackluster on the side of HBC, aside from, the occasional insects here. But I think it's mostly going to be down on Anivia hitting the Qs, landing the, the E's, and more so the Alistar just getting those crucial combos. Will they actually give an Akshan top here? And they will. Wow. Not a lot of tankiness on either side here.
It's true. Most of the tankiness from either side coming from the support.
Yeah.
Alistar and Rel. Lee Sin is a decent frontliner. Graves in the later game is a pretty good frontliner. He gets the armor scaling with his Z. If he goes shield bow, he gets that shield. He's despite building like no defensive items, he's really hard to kill.
Yeah, I mean, again, we can't really speak upon Fed at all, and I can assure you this is not Fedmeister. Don't worry, we didn't sneak him in. But
thank God.
Yeah, we need the viewers somehow. But I think that this is going to be a really, really cool game to watch. I'm mostly looking at Jinsoy and whether or not he's able to just deter any type of engage here, as we are going to go into a 3-minute spectator delay here. But during that 3 minutes, we will kind of give over our thoughts. But the Diana needs the EQ combo to engage, right? More or less. The Akshan needs the E to re-engage. Vex, once she's there, she can easily be knocked back, and there's really no way of her getting back into it. So I think Alistar's a really good pick here. I know that they didn't intentionally mean to pick into the Alistar, but the W potential that Alistar has right now that I'm seeing, at least, just to knock people away. Not even, WQ, knock them up or anything like that, anything special. But just knock them away and deter like a follow-up fight, or even having a significant, member of INS's comp into that fight, I think is huge. And we're going to just have to see.
Yeah, the default one that you look at is Rel. He's going to W Rel away every chance he gets. But also Vex ults in. He can W the Vex out if he wants to, but oftentimes you don't want to W the Vex out because you want to try to kill her if she goes in.
Right. I mean, she's very, very squishy, right?
It's situational. The other option is the Diana, who's going to want to go in as well. If she goes in, ults, Alistar pushes her away, then it's moot. Nothing comes of it. You trade ult for Alistar W, and that's just not a good trade at the end of the day. But definitely lots of counterplay here for the Alistar, and I think Jinsoy is pretty confident on it. I've seen him play it a few times. I've played into it once or twice as well. It's definitely one of his better champions as far as I'm concerned. I know he tends to stick to the enchanters, but can definitely pull out these picks like the Alistar when he needs to.
Yeah, and I mean, it's all about those pockets, right? More or less. Again, we haven't really seen Tyler AD in a long, long, long time. But Kaze did role swap from the jungle to the top side when he was with Never Lose for their second run at a championship. They unfortunately did end up going down to that season's, Akatsuki. But I think that, or was it Akatsuki? It wasn't Akatsuki. It was, oh my goodness, what was their name?
Sorry, what happened?
Who did Never lose to? Was it the Akatsuki? Cam,
Never
Taram.
didn't play in season 5.
They played season 4.
Season
Cam,
4, they
Taram,
lost in
Stu.
finals to Survey Corps, which
Survey
was
Corps,
basically
there you go.
Akatsuki.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying he did role swap last time for Never Lose versus the Survey Corps best of 5, and even before then in that regular season of that KDL season at least. But we've never seen him on a mid champ. Arm Rain, interestingly enough, as well, is actually an Anivia Fizz player. So I'm actually surprised they didn't want to role swap. Kaze going top side, we have seen him go top before. But if they have a lot of faith with Arm going top, I think that Kaze is going to perform extra well. I'm not quite sure the matchup Anivia into the Vex. I can imagine that, it's a battle of dodging skill shots more or less, more so difficult for the for Anivia, just because Vex's skill shot hitboxes are significantly smaller. But we will be loading in the game nonetheless. I forgot to ask you during that 3-minute spectator delay, Dilly, who do you have winning this game and why?
I'd be hard pressed to bet against Tyler, so I think I have Honey Butter Chip winning this one. I definitely think the INS has a pretty good shot, but I think the experience of Tyler, the shot calling of Tyler, and the Alistar disengage here is going to make it pretty hard for INS to get in and do what they want to do. But we'll have to see how it plays out. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I mean, we're just gonna have to see how it goes. I think that ultimately it's gonna come down to whether or not INS is able to collapse and is able to get the targets that they need. And I think that it's going to be incredibly hard for them, especially seeing how the Alistar exists. That W knockback is a huge threat here. And it's going to come down to individual skill level, I think, as well. And for me, at least, I see HBC taking it. And apologies for all these league sounds here. We are just kind of hit by this continuous nocturne spectator bug. But nonetheless, we are trying to load in as soon as possible for you all.
Small indie company, it's understandable.
Yeah, it happens. I really hope that that this isn't the issue for tonight.
Norm.
Yeah, Yeah, we might just have to retry yet again. Again, apologies. This isn't on our side technical or anything like that. It's all League. League's an amazing coded game. And as a result, we're going to try yet again. We're going to keep trying until we get it, guys. Please have patience with us. Thank you. There we go. Okay, thank God. Just about to cry if, third time was not the charm. Finally. No more re-streams, Dilly. I know Dilly was thinking about it. He's like, oh, jeez. Not again.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, you gotta do what you gotta do, but we made sure that spectators was turned on for this one.
Thank God.
So we were able to...
Thank God. I would have cried.
Come back in.
Honestly, I would have cried. And this time around, we wouldn't have even had Henry to sing beforehand. I would have just cried. Henry actually subbing out again. Big story at the game. Henry subbing out due to a personal matter. Tyler coming into the game here. Tyler is the coach of HBC. Doesn't normally play except for Flex Q with his team. And when they do play up in Flex, pretty much, they go up against D2, D1s. So they have a lot of experience going up against high pressure, high elo opponents. Let's see if INS are kind of able to join that top tier caliber of players who have beaten this 5-man.
And looking at matchups here, in top lane, I'm really not sure how the Action Graves matchup goes. I feel like it's a skill matchup between the two of them. As neither of them really counter one or the other, unless, Graves lands a really good smoke screen, really good placement on it when Action tries to go all in with the E.
Right.
So it's going to be interesting to see how that goes. I think that mostly comes down to skill. Jungle, Diana, Lee Sin. I think post 6, Lee Sin is probably the better jungler for just a 1v1. You kick her away if she tries to ult. So we'll see if Matt can swing that in his direction.
Yeah, and just like you said, it pretty much is just kind of a skill matchup. Akshan actually does have about a 49% win rate going into... Oh my god, look at all that damage, though, from the Alistar, especially with the Glacial Augment. Oh, wow, that was just a huge heap of damage. They're able to trade it off to Jinsoy. But oh my goodness. Rel now remounting on top of her Iron Chariot. I do believe that INS actually lose out on getting level 2 first, at least. A lot of damage coming in through the top side. And yeah, they will actually be forced to kind of play under tower as a result of that. If you did not see that early game, the Rel actually was kind of phasing in and out of reality, so to speak. Vex, unfortunately, not able to land on any skill shots.
Yeah, Ezreal, Rel definitely do not have prio in a lane like this. They're not going to get the early push. So you can expect the jungler, who started topside in this case, the Diana, to path their way down and you know, look for an early gank potentially. No, currently no wards in the river, so she might be able to sneak her way in and do something here early. Seeing some heavy trading in the mid lane.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised about how aggressive this trading is, especially Vex just trying her best, just trying to poke out here and there. But it's just not working. And again, both laners actually going in for those long swords. Oh, this might actually be first blood going over to INS, and it will be Trizzy with that Akshan. Puts down Arm Rain. Arm Rain does have the TP, but again, remember, as a result of 12.1 coming live, 14 minutes, or sorry, pre-14 minutes, TPs are only able to be casted on ally towers. So Graves, the best that he can do to stop Freeze here at this point is TP to his tower, but Akshan actually might just push this in, and look behind him there on the mini-map. That is so much greed there. Oh my god, Matt! Oh!
You know, Lee Sin Q, he probably thought he was going to keep going instead of jumping off the E. So he was kind of like preemptively throwing the Lee Sin Q there.
Matt,
I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt, you know.
It says Rel disconnected, but that was me. Oh, it was so perfect there. Overreacting aside, it was so perfect there for Matt to be able to clean that up. But unfortunately, they're not able to do it. But just look towards the top side here as I am going to just kind of go manual camera. Look at that wave that he's actually just freezing here in front of the tower. This is very dangerous for Trizzy, because at this point, that regank could happen. You know, you are in really, really dangerous territories at this point, with that topside being so warded. Sorry, Dilly, go ahead.
Right before the Lee Sin was going up to try and clean the kill up, I was about to say, Trizzy should just leave the wave right where it's at, back now, and you can walk back, and it's right in front of your tower still. And your jungler is going to be pathing topside soon, and you can look to regank this Graves. But then he immediately started pushing it. It's broken the freeze here, luckily, but it definitely could have went worse for him in terms of wave management. Some more heavy trading.
Yeah, the trading looks really, really bad here in terms of Trizzy's HP, but I actually think it's better just because he does have a Vampiric Scepter, and you know, the rate at which he actually is taking these fights isn't really high, so occasional skirmish into just mostly hitting minions and forcing Graves underneath his tower is pretty good, because, you know, in the next maybe 2 or 3 waves, he will be about 100 HP with possibly having 6 as well.
Definitely. It's a bit of a CS gap in the top lane, but that gets made up by the first blood kill, obviously. Jungle, Diana, you know, she clears so fast, so she's starting to get a bit of an advantage there as well. But then, you know, you look at mid lane and ADC, and we got a decent CS gap in both spots right now. So hopefully they can pick that up on the side of INS.
Yeah, and despite getting first blood, like you said, Akshan is actually down a little bit of CS. Mid lane just down a little bit as well. This was the story last game as well, actually, interestingly enough, for INS versus Higher Gang versus Gen G. They actually had the exact same problem where they were just, you know, down CS despite being up kills here and there. I think that, you know, bot lane so far has gone pretty mild. I'm very surprised at, like, the rate at which it has been going in, but as I say that, I just actually noticed that huge wave that is stacking towards bot side, and I'm sure that Caitlyn is actually gonna freeze this here. Vex actually forcing her flash there, and she will actually escape the claws of this Lee, interestingly enough. Oh, Alistar wanting a little bit more there. Rel now going underneath the tower there. Has yet to use that E. Oh, Caitlyn actually flashing underneath the tower. Forces the Q. But Rel, as a result, has to flash in order to get away safely.
I mean, that's both summoners down on the Caitlyn there, though.
That was well played, actually. Aside from getting a tower shot, that's pretty decent.
Yeah, that was definitely well played from them. They got the damage down. Caitlyn got super low. Is anything going to happen?
Oh, this is so troll.
Yep.
That's troll. That's troll. I don't think that there was communication there. That is a huge miscommunication play there. And, you know, Lee Sin takes it, but assistance is still gold. And it will be 50 gold for free, pretty much going over to Caitlyn. Level 6 here on the Akshan, level 7 on the Graves, but no mana. Will Trizzy actually pull off the heist at the Sentry? I'm pretty sure Graves actually has presence of mind as well. Level 7 on both. Again, Trizzy does have that Vampiric Scepter. No flash on either top laners here. They really want to go in for each other. They're motioning as if they really want to go in. Yeah, HBC seems to be paying the bills for that Rel. But speaking of paying the bills, cha-ching, the bank is open. And Trizzy getting himself another kill.
Yep, he's definitely, you know, making up for that lack of CS in the top lane. Although he's not down that much. He'll be about even after this, plus the 2 kills. He should back, get the Noon
Oh, wow,
Quiver.
that's a beautiful Q.
Oh, yeah, he cleared the whole wave.
Sorry, you were saying the Noon Quiver.
He should come back with the Noon Quiver and the boots here, at least, I think. Not more. He walks down to help the Rift Herald. I think he probably should have reset earlier. Herald was secured. Just for his tempo, because now this wave might get shoved into his tower before he gets there, because Graves just pushes waves endlessly, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's going to use the TP. And, you know, at this point in the game, TPing back to your tower, I don't dislike that play anymore if you can.
Right?
Because, like, you can't TP anywhere else unless you're defending a dive. And that rarely ever is the case, right? So
well, it's so funny that you say that, because like I remember those days where it's like, oh my god, are you serious? My top laner TP'd. Where is his TP for bot? And now it's like, oh my god, my top laner isn't TPing back to his lane. You're trolling. You know, it's one of those weird league dynamics that is ever changing. Caitlyn tried to hold a freeze here, and INS notices it, and they're going to try to force it actually in. Diana actually is pathing towards bot side here. Jinsoy not aware of the presence of Diana. Oh, Diana Q actually will land right on top of Jinsoy, who pops his ult. Nibby on the other side of the wall. Vex is late to the fight here. Fed surely will go down here. That is going to be second kill going over to the Lee. They force out the flash from Diana. Oh, Lee's looking for a little bit more. He actually nails it right on top of Ezreal here. It does have that Dragon Kick available. Kaze still looking. He's still peering. I'm surprised Vex has not roamed yet. Vex was looking for the roam, decides against it because, you know, the kill already happened on top of the Rel. Now, question for you, Dilly, because I think this fight is kind of done for now, unless HBC actually go for Dragon, which it does look like they are going to be doing. But just quick question for you. If you are INS in this situation, if you are the Vex, are you still chasing? Are you still looking to get a little bit more out of bot? Or are you just kind of giving that up, trying to solidify, you know, at least you're not going to lose by that much in the mid lane if Anivia's missing? Because you still are down about 20 CS.
I think, yeah, I agree with what you're starting to say there. As soon as the kill goes over and it looks like, you know, nothing else is going to happen, I'm probably going to stay mid and just shove the wave, deny the CS, try and close that gap a bit, catch up on some XP, some gold, and see what I can do that way. Instead of, like, you know, between the two, like, should I go, should I stay, and then just, like, not doing either, and then you just waste time, right?
Yeah, no, I 100% agree with that. Gold right now in HBC's favor by 2k at least. Matt actually having a pretty good game. 2-0 so far, both of his kills on Rel. And it seems like, you know, the other 2 kills, both of those kills on the top laner Akshan. in my opinion. I'd rather have those kills on Akshan than Lee, just because of how damaging Akshan is in later team fights. But of course, that mid game and just controlling the map in general, Lee is always going to be more prevalent than Akshan for sure. Oh, and I think Zed actually might go down here. He has Ignite, he has the ultimate. He could actually go in here, but it's going to need to be at at a proper time when the Q is down.
I think Zed probably could have popped the egg there for sure. But
Right.
then the worry is like, where's the Lee Sin? Because the Sinivia is playing.
Oh, he's
aggressive.
dead here. Oh, nice little flash there. I think he just backs. Oh no, he actually does take that ultimate. He pops the egg here. I don't think that he really wants more out of it, just in fear of where exactly Lee is. That's pretty fair.
Yeah, trading the egg for
Moonfall
the
actually
ult.
going to go down here. They forced the flash outside of, out of Arm Rain as a result of it. That's really worth there.
Definitely, I was somewhat worried that Trizzy was not going to get off the grapple hook there. And
Same,
just
actually.
go under tower, but
That's a really wide grapple hook for some reason. I'm not quite sure, what exactly that was, but they do actually
Yeah.
summon Herald here towards the top side.
glad he proved me wrong and didn't do that. As we see some.
Oh, Lee actually just
On the
appeared
boat.
outside of the bush there. Lee does have Dragon Kick available, lands right on top of Ezreal, who is way outside of the range. But without a bot lane to defend this bottom tower, this will be first tower going over to the side of HBC. Again, unless somehow Trizzy's able to perform a miracle, which it doesn't look like he is.
Yeah, it should be first tower.
Actually, the wave is too small. No.
But it won't be on this wave. It has to be on the next wave. But then by that time they're back. So yeah, I don't see it happening.
Beautiful Dragon Kick there into the... Oh, again, Matt takes it with the E. But nonetheless, a beautiful instant Dragon Kick with the flash there. Elsar did roam up as well, but they're not able to do it. And just like that, that is going to be first tower. And the entirety of that tower actually going over to Tyler.
It's a large CS gap in the bot lane right now. Tyler is CSing incredibly well. He's almost at 11 CS a minute. It's just, hard to compete with that. We see he went with the shield bow this game. I think that's a pretty good option considering the amount of dive that the other team has. Typically you go for like the Gale Force on Caitlyn because it synergizes so well with your headshots.
Right.
But I definitely agree with the shield bow here. Diana engage, Vex, Rel with the Ezreal ult. It's just anything to keep you alive.
All the practice is paying off so far, at least for the side of HBC. Oh, this is really dangerous here for Zed.
Yeah, if Tyler was able to get like maybe 1 or 2 more autos off, I think he definitely dies to.
Well, that's the funny
Caitlyn
part,
there.
right? Where if he had Gale Force, I'm sure Zed just dies.
He would, yeah, he would have for sure. They're gonna try to siege this mid tower down now, and it's just like a slow bleed. Oh, Trizzy's making his way down. And
No, he's
making
just
his way
looking.
back up.
Yeah, he's just teasing us, teasing the broadcast, teasing the fans. I think that, again, the game drastically becomes different when Trizzy enters the picture, but with Elite 3-0, it's looking kind of sus. There's an imposter, and it does seem like his name is Lee Sin, the Blind Bandit. But again, like you said, Tyler's just about to hit 11 CS per minute or so in a second. And if you're INS and you're looking at your Ezreal being like, where exactly is your CS going? It's something. But I think Ezreal can scale upwards. Ezreal, obviously one of those champions that is hardly ever outside of meta. He isn't necessarily in meta right now, but he has a pretty good safe pick. Rose does have quite a few games on that. Ezreal does know and understands, the limits of his champion more or less. Dragon is being taken here. 1,000. The flash actually going to go forward there. Rel with her own ultimate. Vex now into the backside as well. Huge Moonfall lands on top of 2. Matt able to survive. He takes the Q right back in. Gore Drinker plus that E is able to claim the life of the Vex at least. Oh, Alibaba, full Conqueror stack right there. Beautiful Q just to tag the Diana. Will be a triple kill going over to Matt. Oh, Akshan trying his best just to run away, but is unfortunately gonna go down there to Tyler by the looks of it. And that was INS losing a 4v5.
Yeah, and we see 4 more kills go over to the Lee Sin. So I mean, that's the one good thing you can take away from it. All of you die, but they all go on the Lee Sin rather than the Caitlyn or the Anivia. So I mean, in a game like this, you kind of have to look at like, okay, what are the positives here? What can we do? And how do we go forward? And you know, if they can shut down this Lee Sin, that's 700 or 1,000 gold in their pocket. Plus, like I've been saying, there's 7 assists on the Anivia. I know how that feels. And you don't do quite the same damage if you don't have all that gold on your carries.
I'm absolutely loving the what is that called, where like when you've done bad one time and then you come back to redeem yourself, the redemption story. Sorry, for some reason I had a lapse in my brain, but the redemption story, it's so late, man. Nonetheless, the redemption story for Matt this game is amazing. Again, a previous team that he's played on did not perform too hot, actually never won a game last season on that team, and this time around he actually might be the sole reason why INS might just catch their second loss of the season.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Matt is playing very well in the jungle. I think it also I think jungling becomes a lot easier when you have winning lanes. And right now your mid and your bot side are both like, fairly far ahead just off CS alone. So it makes making plays easier around the map when you have strong laners to support you. So Vex go in a full
coming
combo.
out as well. Oh, I think Vex is actually going to survive with just about 1 HP. Will Diana? Oh, wow. It's about 10%. They were able to just kind of get that free kill on top of Graves, but they use a lot for that.
They certainly did, and they are certainly picking on the Graves this game. They're trying to you know, catch him out as often as they can.
Right.
He's the one that they're bullying so far because he's the only one that's died on their team.
Get gold in any way possible at this point, right?
Exactly. I mean, you have to, right? So.
100% agreed. Like, at this point, I don't see you killing Caitlyn unless, you know, you get a huge moonfall from Kantupa. I don't see you ever killing Matt, truth be told. It's just one of those things where it's like, can we get Alistar or Graves here? And if we can't, then we have a problem.
Pretty much. I don't getting the Alistar is hard unless you like prolong the fight because he gets so tanky with his ultimate, right?
Yep.
And you don't have anybody to really shred him. The action is probably going to be the best candidate for that. But it's looking tough. There's definitely ways that they can win. I still think they have a really strong wombo if they can get it off. It's just whether or not that they can.
Apparently Code is saying that someone walked back to base. I'm not quite sure who he's talking about.
I'm not
I think
sure.
we might have missed that. Oh, is Rel dead here? Rel actually trying to, you know, mount over the wall there. Not able to get in, and that will be Kaze's second kill at the game. They're targeting top lane because he's too good, I get it. Oh, Vex walked back to the lane, apparently. Vex walked back to base from bot. Oh, Moonfall is available here for the Diana. It's the tech. It's faster than the 7 seconds channel, of course. Dragon is spawning here within the next 40 seconds. That would be Soul Point going over to the side of HBC if they are able to take this. Cloud Soul, so nothing too crazy, so INS definitely can afford to, you know, it doesn't really sound ideal, but they can afford to give Soul if need be. Kaze, for the most part, is just zoning off Akshan here. Akshan, nice little sidestep, is able to dodge out that Q and the ultimate. Does not have that Unleashed Teleport, actually.
Still on cooldown, so he's able to walk out like you said, and Nivea's just gonna perma-clear these waves top lane, but it looks like they're gonna try to do something here. They know that she's backing in one of these bushes. They get the Moonfall.
This is big if they're able to get it. Moonfall does come out there. Akshan trying his best as well. They give over the shutdown goal to Akshan. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, tier 2 will go down to, I forget which one that is, but that is going to be Shelly. I'm surprised Rose actually didn't go to the, what on earth?
That was very weird. I'm not sure what happened.
That was
there.
weird. I think what happened is that he was autoing, so his auto went out, and then midway through the charge, it just hit the backside of the eye of the Herald. I'm going to assume that's what happened. But Jinsoul just having so much pressure in the jungle right now. Fed really needs to be careful here. 30% or so. Both feared here. Jinsoy taking about 45% damage. Oh, Protobolt into the wall there. Oh, Moonfall down. Look at Tyler just free hitting everyone. There is no one to kind of just pull the trigger on him, and no one's biting the bait at all. I'm surprised they actually just let him do that.
I mean, they had the Moonfall wasn't up, right? And that was most of their engage. Rel had already been chugged out. She had to go back and get some HP from the fountain. So they didn't really have like a reliable way to get on him and stay on him, especially with the Alistar right there, ready to W them away.
Dilly, 245 CS at 22 minutes. He's just free farming the jungle of INS at this point.
Oh yeah, I'm taking notes for my next game, for sure.
This is a free lesson that HBC otherwise would be charging you.
It's true, it's true.
Oh, this is a 4-man dive though, top.
Yeah, they're definitely looking to set that up. Rel's walking up.
This is all on the
Trizzy sniffed it
Nivea.
out, though.
Oh no, Fed actually died. Oh, he's able to get the flash away. Arcane Shift is gonna go out, but it's not gonna land on anyone. They don't know that Trizzy is here. Comeuppance is gonna be able to land. They really need to dodge that, and oh, Vex really wants to pull the trigger here. That is going to be a dead Anivia. Next up is going to be the Caitlyn, or at least that's what they're trying to do. Oh, Akshan is able to collapse and kill Jinsoy in the backside. One more hit will do it and kill Tyler. Arm Rain still up and available. Double kill going over to Tyler, who still is alive somehow throughout that all. Both sums use double bust to his name. Q from Lee will tag upon Zed. Could look at a potential re-engage here. It's all on Alibaba and whether or not he can do it for his team when they need him the most. Or will he vanish? He has the flash available. There are no other sums other than the ignite from the Vex, but there is no potential for the Vex to engage here. And they will just take what they can, and they will just retreat. I think that's still good, though, for INS. They really needed something, and that's exactly what they got.
I definitely agree. They got some gold from the Anivia. They got some more gold on the action, killing the Alistar. Definitely, you know, puts some more wind in their sails. Gives them some motivation. Like, hey, look at it. We can do this.
Right.
You know, Jinso almost died. He got really close. Next time, we'll kill him for sure.
Yeah, and Kelly's mentioning in chat that the Dragon Kick saved. You know, they wanted the entire collapse there. Akshan tried collapsing on top of this Caitlyn. They get the second attempt at this. Arcane, Ezreal's ult in general will actually connect. Nice little Dragon Kick into the back line. It's not able to connect on top of Ezreal. Finally, Caitlyn does go down to Vex. Oh, the Rel trying her best to now pull the trigger on top of Lee, but for now, they can only get the shutdown off of Caitlyn. I don't think that they can get anything else here. Oh, this is really, really awkward. Moonfall is available. I don't think that you really want to Moonfall the Alistar, though. How broken is Vex
ideal
damage?
target.
Oh, Akshan actually trying his best here. Oh, nice little flash from Matt. No way, just one more auto. Matt finally does go down, but it took so many. Oh my god, Comeuppance. Blocked from the Alistar. The fadeaway kill from Kaze leaves Akshan 1 HP. Oh, just one auto attack would have done it there. Oh, wow, actually. Okay, I was just about to say, the ego just backing right in front of his tier 2 while it's being taken. Oh,
Definitely
Graves yet again. Graves yet again actually collapsed. Moonfall and Rel's ultimate now being used. Procs that shield bow. The Q from Diana is not going to land. Protobolt forward. True Shot Barrage will actually be able to claim the kill. So that's going to be Rosa's second kill into the game here. Wow, this game is really close. I am very shocked at how close this game is.
Definitely close in terms of kills. Towers.
Right. Yeah.
Not so
Towers,
much.
gold.
But we're seeing some good fights here between the two teams now that are going, you know, pretty evenly, if not in the favor of INS. We got that huge shutdown on action, 1,000 golds. So that's huge. He's gonna be able to just, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? It's late.
Have a lot of agency in this game.
Yeah, he's looking to accelerate himself in this.
Snowball.
Yep, accelerate his lead over the Graves. He's got that 3-item power spike now. He went for the rapid fire cannon third. I'm not sure if that's conventional in action. I don't pay attention to action builds too much. But I think it definitely
it's
works
not
here.
really. Yeah, it definitely works. I think it's more situational. It's not really something that. E right over the wall there. That's just a Caitlyn free hitting. Vex point blank ultimate there. Oh my god. Wow. Just absolutely getting destroyed there. No collector there. Just immediately dies to a huge crit. Oh, just yet again, Arm Rain. Unfortunate time, unfortunate circumstance. They trade 1-for-1 on the map here, and that will be Baron started up actually from INS. But what I was saying earlier and prior to this Baron is that it does seem like they just keep going for Arm Rain whenever they can. Arm Pain, more like it. Kaze trying his best to make sure that everyone just gets funneled out of here. Headshot going to be thrown out. Will land on top of the Rel, who body blocks essentially for the Diana. Matt trying his best here. The flash from the Rel right over the wall. Huge three-man WQ combo from the Alistar. Forces out multiple flashes here. Kieran will go down. Does get tagged by the Lee Sin Q, but there's nowhere for him to run. Alistar still in the back. That's a Mad Cow with Mao Cow disease. Alibaba, one auto attack would have done it. Is not able to do it. But the double kill for the Anivia solidifies that at least 4 members here of INS are going to be down and out at the count here for a potential, triple inhib open situation. They have the wave pushing towards topside, so that surely will take a little bit of time to catch up. But look at the Graves pushing bot. I think that Graves is, fulfilling this role right now. Sure, he has 0 KP, but he's trying his best around the map. He's doing the most that he can just to kind of crack open the base and bring the attention away from the rest of the team and onto himself, which is, working out for the betterment of HBC for the most part. Oh, and Vex is just dead.
Oh, wow. Yep. This might be the end here. They
This
might
is
try to end the game.
I think this is game here. Redemption now coming out to just heal Kaze a little bit. Moonfall is available. No flash on this Diana. It is going to be Alistar who is able to initiate things first and foremost. Huge Moonfall into the backside, is able to land right on top of 2, but Count Oompa becomes Count Deda, and he will now be sent to his gray screen simulator. Look at Arm Rain. He surely will go down here. He finally gets his first KP of the game. Matt does get the Q tag. Oh, and it's just Rose Alibaba, and he's trying his best against the 40 Thieves in the storm, but he's not able to do it. Beautiful insect there in the fountain. Matt, you absolute madman. Absolutely beautiful Lee Sin game here from Matt. That is the last member of INS alive. Forces out the flash behind this Anivia wall. Throws out the ultimate. I don't think he wants to take that. That's a one-way trip. And that will be HBC at exactly 29 minutes. What a clean game overall.
Definitely a clean game. A few rough fights towards the mid game that INS looked pretty good on with their wombo, but they're able to pull their boots back up and get the win here.
Right, and because we know it is extremely late, we will be immediately rushing into, not rushing, but immediately be getting into our interview portion here off the stream. So we will start off with INS. Just give us a second here. We are trying to throw everyone in here. All right, we are speaking with INS now. INS, welcome, welcome, welcome. Straight out of the gates, you are the people's champ according to, Twitch chat. Jay, you went that first game. You gave us the Hecarim. This time around, you're giving us the sneak preview on the Diana. Which of these 2 champions are you more comfortable with? Are you more comfortable with, some of these long sustained tanky junglers or, mages? Because you are a new player to the KDL, so not a lot of people know about you. So tell us a little bit about your jungle philosophy.
Oh, I'm comfortable on both types. I can play majority of the junglers, so I'm very confident on majority of them. So yeah.
Going for the Dardock special. All right. Well, I want to ask, Fed, this, you are obviously an emergency sub coming in clutch when it was needed. Unfortunately, your team did lose, but you had a lot of, plays that you went for. Out of those plays that you went for, some of them went sour. Was there one that kind of stood out to you that kind of ended the game for you guys?
Well, I think that we were still pushing for the game. We were still thinking the game's winnable until we went for the Baron.
Right.
And it just went completely wrong. We didn't have enough damage for it.
Are you surprised at your team's potential this game? Because again, you came into this game as kind of the underdog. You more or less are the random player in this game. and you definitely stepped up when INS needed it. So, do you
Yeah,
feel like you performed
they actually
well?
played. I played terrible, but I feel like my team, like the team, really played very, very well.
Mm-hmm.
Very especially considering when we came to the game, it was very iffy. We're kind of iffy because we don't have the main roster on random filling in, so it was kind of weird. But
Right.
everyone really stepped up and tried to carry me.
Right. And in terms of playing with different supports, things kind of get wonky. So Rose, next question going to you. Was it very difficult this game to play with a new support? Do you feel like the synergy was a little off, or did you kind of try to look past that and try your best this game?
Probably the latter rather than the former. I see myself as someone who can adapt well, but if it's someone completely new, then I'm completely thrown for a loop.
Right. And did you feel like you were completely thrown for a loop this game?
Somewhat, but not completely.
Mm-hmm. I want to ask you guys as a team. Sorry to cut you off, but I want to ask you guys as a team. What was the comms like? How was the team spirit like when you guys finally killed Tyler, the Caitlyn? When you guys finally killed her after 3 attempts back to back to back?
It was hype. It was hype here, yo. It was like, yo.
In your
it
eyes,
was
did you guys
crazy.
kind of see that as like you guys already won the game? Like you guys don't need to actually win the game to win the game. You guys already killed Caitlyn. That was the
we
main
still
objective.
wanted to win.
No, we still wanted to
We
win.
still wanted to win, but it was it was one step. It was one step. That's how we saw it.
Little steps.
Mhm.
Yeah, I gotta take little steps. Start taking big
Baby steps, baby steps, bro. You gotta crawl before you walk, right?
Right. And then final question, Trizzy, you had one of your best games, if not your best game so far. Can we expect a lot more out of you? Did you peak this game? What happened?
Shout out to Exoria. I got some words of wisdom today. He would give me some tips and tricks.
Did they help?
Did they help? Yeah, actually. Shout out to Exoria.
Oh my god, what a nice and humble guy. All right,
For
well, thank you all very much, and looking forward to your next few games. Thank you guys very much. Good luck.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Man, they seem so full of energy. All right, now we will be talking with HBC. Oh my god, my mouse is actually bugging. Okay, there we go. Did not want to drag HBC for whatever reason. All right, and we are talking with the victors of today's game, HBC, otherwise known as Honey Butter Chip. Straight out of the gates, he's not here, so I can ask this question. Is Honey Butter Chip supposed to mean something with Henry's name? Because that's what everyone has assumed.
No, it's honey butter, chip, 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 chip.
Oh my god, did you guys rehearse that? Oh my god, did you guys actually rehearse that?
Potentially.
Oh god. All right.
Maybe.
Tyler, I want to ask you because
Yeah.
you weren't actually supposed to play. Man, I can't get that off. You guys weren't actually supposed to play with Tyler today, but Henry has some personal stuff going on, so Tyler did have to sub in. As a coach playing in this game, is that kind of weird for you to be playing with this group before? Are you used to it? Because I know you have posted screenshots here and there with you playing with these guys, but did you expect to play with these guys so soon in an actual match?
Oh yeah, I've been practicing with them. There's usually at least one missing, so I just play, but I didn't think I'd be playing the first game of the season.
Right. How did you feel about your performance? Because I think at the end you were averaging about like 14 CS per minute or something.
I think my CS was good, but mechanically speaking, I played fights pretty badly.
Well, there was that huge skirmish, speaking about fights towards the top side around their Krugs. You guys had like maybe 2 to 3 repeated fights there. Were you guys exhausted by the end of that entire thing? Or what was kind of the comms like? We're seeing how they continuously repeated that exact play over and over and over again, trying to kill you exactly.
Me fight equals fun.
Was that the mindset behind this game today for you
Yep.
guys? All right. Matt, speaking of me fight equals fun, you had I think probably your best jungle game that you've ever had since you've played KDL. where does the Lee Sin come from? Because obviously, you know, this is a team that you've played for before. So was it in your mind you're kind of trying to redeem yourself? Did you see them as, you know, holding you back? How did that kind of play out?
No, I just like Lee Sin, and I had a good game this game, honestly. No problem with the team last time. It's just I'm a very inconsistent player. I think even if this was my best Lee Sin game, it's probably the best Lee Sin game I've still played in the KDL.
Do you feel like you'll be able to match this or top it, or we'll just have to see?
I have no idea, but well, I guess we'll find out if they continue to let my Lee Sin come through.
I don't see that happening. Jin
not.
Soy, I want to ask you,
Yo.
how weird was it to play with Jin Soul? Because, you know, last time you guys actually versed each other on a KDL match, it was for the name of actual Jin Soul, and you unfortunately did lose as a part of that Never Lose squad. So how weird was it to, you know, partner with the actual real Jin Soul?
I think it was my first time ever playing with him, so it wasn't that weird though. He's
How does
doing
it
everything,
feel?
and I was just standing next to him.
Well, how does it feel playing with Code versus playing with Tyler?
I don't remember, man.
Like,
It's
who
been
would you
years since
rather
I played
prefer?
Code.
Well, who would you rather prefer?
Tyler.
Like Henry or Tyler?
Actually. Henry.
Well, no, you were quick to say Tyler there for a second, like
Oh.
before.
I thought you asked Code or Tyler.
Well, why were you quick to betray Code? Like, isn't he your coach?
What the hell?
Isn't that your
I
coach?
forgot about
The
that
never lose
part.
bond has been broken.
Oh,
Isn't it your coach?
Code, don't look.
He
Code,
might-
don't
Next
watch.
question. Next question.
Code, don't watch, please.
Code overall, did you say?
Code on a big screen.
Did you say Code overall or Henry? Like, of the three, Tyler, Henry, Code, who would you rather play with? You had to choose. I'm making you burn bridges. It's going to be a
I'd
very
go with-
awkward rest of the season for you.
I'll go with Kaze.
Well, Kaze, that's a safe answer. Kaze, we've seen you play top and jungle before on previous teams, never quite mid. And that actually, you know, it's interesting that you picked Anivia because I remember Arm Rain used to play a lot of Anivia when he used to play mid. So where did the Anivia pick come from? Did you guys like initially think of switching, or is this a champion that's also in your champ pool?
Well, we decided either Victor or Anivia. I'm more comfortable with Anivia, and yeah, the stats show for itself, I guess.
Oh, I understand. Well, I mean, like last time we saw jungle and top, so is that a potential that we could see this time around again where you role swap?
I don't think it's possible.
No, you guys are pretty locked
I don't
in?
think it's allowed. Yeah, I don't think it's allowed.
All right. And then final question. Apparently this isn't even Arm Rain. You're actually playing on his account or something. Docha. Docha. You know, 0-7, you had 3 KP in a 24 kill game.
That's not what Kelly meant. Tim. You're
what does she
calling.
mean?
I'm not
You're-
Docha.
You're
Oh,
confusing
I'm
us.
so
Nvidia
stupid.
player.
I'm so...
Oh,
hey, listen.
no.
It's late, my
Oh,
man. It's
no.
late. How did it feel to be the target of the onslaught of INS today?
They're really good. I have a lot to learn. So, yeah. I would like to thank my team for carrying me.
Did you feel kind of humbled today? Like, did you underrate the top laner? And what was that like?
Yeah, I was very humbled. I have to hit up the solo queue practice.
Interesting. All right. Well, thank you guys very much, and good luck in the future. Wait, actually, because Henry's not here, do you have anything to say to Henry?
Henry sucks.
Henry
Oh, wow.
sucks,
Keeping up
dude.
the tradition.
What a fucking dickhead.
Whoa! Whoa!
Wait a minute.
Whoa! We gotta give that guy a KDL soap bar. Whoa!
Wait, did you wait? My cat was on my keyboard. Wait,
Yo! Yeah, what happened?
dude, my cat was on my keyboard. What
Yeah,
happened?
understandable. I don't know what your cat typed. I don't know. That was so weird.
Shit,
All right,
that was
well-
unlucky.
Yeah, that unlucky. Well, thank you guys very much, and good luck on your future games. Something tells me Code is not happy with Kaze after that comment. All right. Well, that is going to do it. Thank you all for watching this especially long 2-hour stream tonight. I really appreciate everyone sticking around here. Again, if you are just joining us, that first game, GME did take the victory over the World Enders. And this game, it is going to be an HBC victory. Thank you, as always, to Dilly, always ready to cast whenever. And yeah, congratulations to GME and HBC, and good luck on your future games, INS and World Enders. I know both of you can do it. But other than that, I want to wish everyone a good night and a happy Sunday. Enjoy the Sunday. We do have a game later today at 11:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so that one is especially late. But if you can, please stick around for that one, because that one is going to be amazing. GME and HBC, both victors of today, unironically enough, versing each other. Might be a finals preview, who knows? But for now, we are going to bid you adieu, and have a good night, guys. Peace.